Okay, sorry, now we're back. All right, so now number 4, it says write the system of equations for the tables below and then find the solution. So a solution is an ordered pair that they have in common or where they intersect. Same thing, x comma y. Now I would want to look through here and find out which one they have in common. So they both have a 1 and a 1 in the x, but then this is 2 and 11, so that's not the same. I've got a -4, no -4. I've got a 5, no 5. I've got a -2. Here's a -2 and a 5 and a 5. So this is where they intersect. Now, I don't know if it's going to be this easy on the test tomorrow, but I found part of my answer. Now I'm going to go type these into Desmos. Remember, I only need 2 points to make a line. So clear this out, put in a table. So I've got 1, 2, and -2, 5, because that's 1 point that they have. Then here, don't forget the equation for determining slope and y-intercept. y1 tilde mx1 plus b. So then my m would be -1 and my b is 3. So come back here. M is -1, B is 3, M and B. All right, so keep the point that they have in common. Now change this, and remember we both had a 1, but now let's change this to an 11. Then my M is 2 and my B is 9. So now I can write my system. Y equals my -1 is my slope, -1x plus 3 is my y-intercept. And then my other one, y equals 2x plus 9. Boom. All right, so I've written the system and I found the solution. My answer and my work here is done. Number 5, what is the y value of the solution to this system? Hint, the solution will be an ordered pair, x, y, and the question is asking for the y value only. Remember, it's best to know how to solve for y here. Solve for y. Once we get everything in y equals mx plus b form, we can manipulate the equations to do whatever we want them to do. So first, I want this to be in y form, so I'm going to say x equals 2y minus 13. I want to get y by itself, so I'll move the 13 by adding 13 to both sides. These 13s cancel out. X plus 13 is 2y. Now I still don't have y by itself, so then I need to divide everything by 2. Divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. Now I'm going to write the y on the left side where I'm used to it being. And then this is an invisible 1 here, so this is half x plus 13 halves. Then this one needs to also be in y equals mx plus b form. So I'm going to make this 4x negative and put it over here. 2y equals -4x plus 18. Then divide everything by 2 again. So y equals -4 divided by 2 is 2. I'm sorry, -2x plus 9. So y equals -2x plus 9. So there's my system. Now when I go to Desmos, I'm going to type both of these in. Y equals -2x plus 9. Y equals 1/2 x plus 13 halves. Alright, and then if I don't see anything, I need to click the house button. Now I see that they intersect at this point, which is 1, 7. And I want the 7 because it's asking for the y value. All right, number 6. Number 6, what is the solution to this system of equations? Hint, solve for y. Okay, this one's already solved for y, so the work for me is done there. Then I need to take my negative 3y minus 2x equals negative 8. Can you open the door, please? I'm going to change the sign and move it to the other side. Negative 3y equals 2x minus 8. So I've changed the sign, I moved it to the other side, divide by negative 3, divide by negative 3, divide by negative 3. Y equals, this is negative 2/3. And then these negatives, because we're dividing, cancel out, become positives, plus 8/3. So this is y equals negative 2/3 x plus 8/3. That's half of my system. The other half of my system is y equals x minus 4. So here's my whole entire system. And now I'm going to type this into Desmos to find where they intersect. X minus 4. Negative 2/3 x plus 8/3, and they cross right here at 4, 0. X equals 4, y equals 0, and they want the whole solution, so that's technically coordinate pair 4, 0. Oops, sorry, you can't see what I wrote. And this is also called the 0 of the function, or the x-intercept, I'm sorry. 0 of the function, which is my x-intercept. Have you found out all the things that you need to do? Yeah. Okay. Number 7, I'm going to put this directly into Desmos. Y equals 2x minus 7. Y equals 2/3 x plus 1. They cross right here at 6, 5. Done with that one. Number 10. I know I've skipped 8 and 9, but I'm going to jump to number 10 because that one's a complicated one that I haven't gone over in class yet. So number 10, it says shade the graph and give one solution, x, comma, y, for the following system of inequalities. So this is going to be in a shaded area. So this right here, don't forget this visual where you have your greater than and equal to, less than and less than or equal to symbols. And this is where you shade above and below. And you should see the less than sign there. It also makes an L. Don't forget that this is for the solid lines and this is a dotted line. So this one should have a dotted line. So I go to my y-intercept, which is 0, negative 3. So 0, negative 3. So this line is dotted. And this one is going to be solid. And then one of them I shade here below the solid line because this makes an L. So go to the solid line, shade below, and then go to the dotted line. Can you open the door, please? Do they have a key? Oh, yeah, they do. Go to the dotted line and shade above. So that's going to be this section over here where it overlaps. And then I need to choose, and okay, I've kind of plotted a couple of points there. No, that doesn't help. Okay, now we can kind of see them. There we go. So there's one point, another point, another point, another point, another point. All of these are points that are in that shaded overlap. So those are points that are included in the solution to the system of inequalities. So I can say negative 5, 0. I can say negative 1, 2. And I can say negative 8, negative 3. Those are all in the 2 color shaded areas. Now down here, I need to remember what happens with the negative. They're not going to give you these hints on the test tomorrow, so you got to be mindful of what the coefficient is in front of that y. So if I change this to a positive, then my symbol will then turn around, and now it's going to be shaded below and solid. And then all of these symbols need to change as well. So this becomes a positive, and this becomes a negative 1. So this is now y is less than or equal to, hey, 2x. I don't think they're coming in, sweetie. Thank you, though. Minus 1. So then I go to my y-intercept, which is negative 1, 0, negative 1. And then I rise 2, run 1. And then down 2. And then this is a solid line. Solid line. And now this one, my slope here is negative 1 over 1. I start at the y-intercept, which is 0, 2. So that's right here. And then I go down 1, diagonally, because down 1 over 1, and then up 1 over 1. And then this is a dotted line. Alright, so the dotted line is shaded above. So the dotted line above. And then the solid line is shaded below. Okay, so this is the section that it overlaps in. Color this a little bit darker. So all of this is going to be where my answer resides. Several answers reside there. So then I could say a point here, a point here, and a point here. And then keep in mind that if it's on the dotted line in the answer system, it is not an answer, because the dotted line means this is not included. But if it's on a solid line, that means it is included. So let's say 8, 1 is in the solution set. This is 4, 2, and 10, 3. So all of these are included in your solution set. Up here, this is your x column, this is your y column, and this is your total. This is what everything equals. 10x plus 2y equals 34, and 15x plus 2y equals 47. I suggest you use elimination here by making everything here negative and taking it away. So I know it's a little backwards, but we'll subtract. 15 minus 10x is 5x. 2y minus 2y makes 0y. That's why I eliminate them, because I wanted to make a 0 pair, and I identified those two as being able to be a 0 pair. Then 47 minus 34. It's 13. 5x equals 13, divide by 5, that is your x. Okay, this is also 2.6. Then I'll take this 2.6 and substitute it back into one of these equations. Let's say 10x plus 2y equals 34. 10 times 2.6 plus 2y equals 34, which is 26 plus 2y equals 34. And then 34 minus 26 is 8. So 2y equals 8 and y equals 4. So the solution here is 2.6, 4. And that will be your answer. But it is asking for Schlitterbahn, and that's the x value, so that'll be 2.6. And then up here, you'll take this, solve for y, then input in Desmos. You got to put them both in Desmos as separate equation. Input both in Desmos. All right, good luck tomorrow.